Hey guys, I miss you. Hope that you guys are working hard and you're being really polite to our sub today. This video is to help you with the within ratios. So really quick, let's go over the three main characteristics for similar figures. This is the foldable that you guys did on Monday with me. So there are three main characteristics. The first characteristic is that you have the same shape, they're just different sizes. So when you are looking at the two figures, you can clearly tell that one is small and one is big. Okay. Then your second one is that your corresponding sides are proportional. Okay. We talked about the definition of corresponding means that they are sitting in the same spot and that your sides are proportional, which means that they simplify down to the same ratio. So if you open up, you can see here on this second column where we're talking about the sides that AB matches with DE. They are corresponding because they are both the vertical part of the triangle. Next, you have that BC, it matches with EF. Okay, they are corresponding because they're both the horizontal part of the triangle. Then your last matching set is AC and DF. Okay, they are sitting the corresponding part of the triangle because they are both the diagonal part. If you look down here at this example that we made, we then pulled from the two triangles, we pulled their side lengths to set up our ratios. So AB was 4, then you had 8. That 4 over 8 simplified down to 1/2. Your BC, which is 3 over 6, simplified down to 1/2, and your AC over DF also simplified down to 1/2. Since all of your sides simplified down to the same ratio, that means that they are proportional. Now our last one is that you have corresponding angles, and those angles are congruent. Okay, corresponding has the same definition, meaning that they're sitting in the same spot on the figure, and congruent means that they are the exact same degrees. So if you open it up, okay, A and D are both the top part of the triangle, and they are both 45 degrees. B and E both are right angles, so they are both 90 degrees. Then C and F are both the bottom right of the triangle, and they are both 45 degrees. So today we're going to see how these two figures, okay, if they are similar or not similar. And if they are similar, the way we're going to show it is today is within ratios. So the very first thing I'm going to notice is that my first characteristic is that they are the same shape but different sizes. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to label these parallelograms, and I'm going to say that this one is big, and I'm going to say that this one is small. Okay, so I've got the first characteristic down. I understand that one is small and one is big, so they're the same shape, just different sizes. Your second characteristic that's listed on the backboard is that you have corresponding angles, and those corresponding angles are congruent. So A from the big matches with E from the small because they're both the top left of the parallelogram. Next I have B. B matches F. Okay, they're both the bottom left of the parallelogram. My next one that I have is C. C matches G. C and G both match each other because they're the bottom right. My last pairing is D and H because they are both the top right of the parallelogram. Okay, now we are not given their angle measurements, but since they are corresponding, that means that your angles are congruent. Remember, congruent means that they are the exact same angle measurement. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and make sure that all of my sides have a measurement. So if BC is 30, I know that AD is also going to be 30. If I know CD is 45, that means that BE is also 45. I'm also going to do it for the small one. So 6 and 6, 9 and 9. Okay, so now I've done two characteristics. Okay, the first characteristic is that you have the same shape. They're both parallelograms. Okay, just one is big and one is small. Your second characteristic is that your corresponding angles are congruent. So I color coded and I matched them. Okay, I went in alphabetical order to help me stay focused. Okay, my last one is that I have to find corresponding sides and I have to prove that those sides are proportional. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my corresponding sides. So AB matches EF from the small. Okay, one of my clues is that they're both the left-hand side. Also, if you look, I'm going from a blue circle to an orange. So blue to orange. So I found the same matching colors. So my next one that I have is BC. BC matches FG. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to have four matching sets this time. So I have CD. CD matches GH. Okay, after that, I have my last one. I have my very tip top. So AD matches EH. So now that I have all of my corresponding sides, okay, I have to set up ratios to see if they are proportional. My first ratio that we are going to do is a within ratio. Okay, within ratio means that I'm going to take from the big and I'm going to compare it to the small to see if they give me the same one. So within, here we go. We are going to set up a ratio. I'm going to do big over big, okay, is equal to small over small. Now, how this is different is that instead of pulling from the big to the small, I'm going to find both the bigs, find those same spots or corresponding spots on the small, and then I'm going to simplify it. So I'm going to go with BC first. So I have BC, which is 30, over, I'm going to do AB, okay, and that gives me 45. So I have 30 over 45. So now I have to find this same ratio that we made from the big and do it for the small. So first I have to find the matching pair of BC. Okay, so I'm going to slide on over. My matching pair is FG. So I have FG, which is 6. So then I'm going to come over. I'm going to find, I did AB last time, so my matching would be EF. So I have E over F. So that would be 9. So I have 6 over 9. So I found my matching ratios. Okay, I need to see if they simplify down to the same. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to simplify those. So I have 30 over 45. Okay, they both end in 0 or 5, so I know it's divisible by 5, so I'm going to start there first. Okay, so 30 divided by 5 is 6. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Those are both odd, and I know that they're both divisible by 3, so I'm going to divide by 3. So I have 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my first one will become 2 over 3. Okay, so that's my big. So my big ratio simplified down to 2 over 3. So now I have to do my small ratio. My small ratio is 6 over 9. Once again, they're both odd, and they're both divisible by 3. So I'm going to divide by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So my small ratio is also 2 over 3. Okay, since they are both 2 over 3, I know that these two figures are similar. Okay, so there are 3 main reasons why these two figures are similar. Number 1, okay, they are both parallelograms, just one is big and one is small. Your second reason is that we were able to find corresponding angles, okay, that are congruent. So A and E go together, B and F go together, C and G go together, D and H go together. Okay, then our last one is that we found corresponding sides. So we said AB and EF go together. We said that BC and FG go together. We said that CD and GH go together. We said that AD and EH go together. Okay, because they're all sitting in the same spot or the same position. Okay, the next thing we did is we found that those sides were proportional. Okay, our within ratio meant that we took from the big and we created this ratio first, 30/45. Then we found the similar one, okay, or the corresponding one, and we did 6/9. Okay, so we did FG over EF, we got 6/9. They're both fractions. Okay, they weren't simplified all the way, so that's what we did next. The big simplified down to 2/3. The small also simplified down to 2/3. So those are your 3 reasons why these two are similar. 1, same shape, different size. 2, corresponding angles are congruent. 3, your sides are proportional. Okay, so now you can either pause this video and then solve the problem down below and then catch back up with me and see if you got it right, or you can keep going with me. Okay, so next thing you notice on this one is, yep, they're both triangles. Okay, you can clearly see that, and you also can clearly see that one is big and one is small. So I'm going to label that next. So I have big over small. Okay, my next one, my second characteristic, is that I have corresponding angles and that those angles are congruent. So I got to find those matching angles. So I have J and M. I have K and N. And then I have L and O. So now I have corresponding angles. They do not have angle measurements in them, but since they're corresponding, that means that your angles are congruent. Okay, your next one that we're finding is that your sides are proportional. We have to find the corresponding sides first. So I'm going to go first with JK. Okay, so when I'm looking at JK, the matching one to that on the small would be MN because they're both the vertical part of the triangle. Okay, our next one that we're going to look at is KL. KL is on the bottom of the triangle or the horizontal part, so I have to find that same one on the small, which is NO. Okay, after that, my only one that's left is JL. Okay, so JL matches with the only one that's missing over here, which is MO. So now I found my corresponding sides. Okay, after I find my corresponding sides, I'm going to set up a within ratio, meaning that I'm going to pull from the big, and then I'm going to pull the exact same corresponding sides from the small. Okay, so I'm going to do big over big. I'm going to set up my proportion is to small over small. Okay, I'm going to go with 24. So I'm going to do JK, which is 24. Okay, over, I'm going to do KL, which is 28. So I'm going to do KL, which is 28. So now that I found, okay, my sides that I wanted to use, I used this right angle. I did JK over KL. I'm going to find the same corresponding sides for the small. So the matching part of JK is MN. So I'm going to write in that I have M over N. So that is 6. So my next one that I did was KL. So I have to find the matching one there. So the matching one is NO or no. Okay, so I have N over O, which is 7. So now I have my two ratios set equal to each other. Okay, so I'm going to look at them. My big, I have 24 over 28. My small, I have 6 over 7. 6 over 7 cannot be simplified, so I'm already done. Okay, I don't even have to simplify that one. So I have 6 over 7. So 6 over 7. And I'm going to label that my small ratio. So now I'm going to go to the big. Okay, the big, I can definitely make that smaller because they're both even, so I can divide by 2. I'm going to think a little harder, and 4 also works. So I'm going to do 24 over 28. I'm going to divide by 4, which gives me 6 over 7. So I'm going to check and see. I have 6 over 7. Okay, and I'm going to label that one my big ratio. Well, look, my big ratio and my small ratio are proportional because they simplified down to the same ratio. So these two triangles are also similar. Okay, remember there are 3 reasons. Number 1, same shape. They're both triangles, just different sizes. One is big, one is small. Second reason, you have corresponding angles, meaning that they are sitting in the same spot and they are C congruent. So J and M, K and N, L and O. Then your last one are that sides are P proportional and corresponding. So first we found that JK and MN went together. We found that KL and NO went together. We found that JL and MO go together because they're all sitting in the same spot. The next thing that we did is we set up within ratios, meaning that we pulled from the big and then we pulled the same from the small. Then we simplified them to see if they were proportional, meaning if they were the same ratio in the end, and they were. So that's why these guys were similar. I hope you found this video helpful. If you need to rewatch it, go for it. I miss you guys, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye.